Hello, on Zygarde. We're playing Pokemon Legends Z-A. We're gonna continue the main story, the infinite battles, and via the internet. And then the mystery gifts we got the Dancie side quest, the Dancie night. That's where we're gonna start off with. We start at the detective bureau. Mimi seems interested in your Dancie night. Mimi must be sensing some kind of psychic energy. It can telepathically pick up thoughts and feelings and transmit them to another person. Using telepathy takes a lot out of Mimi, so I've asked it to hold back. But even so, sometimes it happens to pick up on something, like just now. I wonder what it's detecting. Maybe that Dancenite you've got is imbued with some kind of strong emotion. Why don't we follow Mimi and see where it's headed? So we already continued the main story and the side stories where you can get the legendary Pokemon Xerneas and the other one. Anito. I think Mimi's picking up on something. Hold on a second. Hey, Seth now. Mimi and I are on a case right now, and we might need your help. Yeah, if you could let Urix and Nix know too, that would be great. Sorry about that, I was just checking in with some friends from back in the day. Yeah, you see, I run the bureau now, but it was started by a detective named Luker. Exactly, he was such a kind person and helped teach me so much, but it turned out he wasn't any ordinary private detective. He was an international police officer, so eventually he had to go off and solve more cases somewhere else. Far away, probably. I took over for him as the head of the bureau, and I'm doing my best to run things with the help of Mimi and those friends I just spoke to. Mimi has been particularly helpful. Its telepathy has helped solve so many cases. But like I said, it gets worn out if it uses those powers too much. Come on, let's follow Mimi. What is it, Mimi? Wait, were you picking up on my own feelings? Hmm. Is this Mimi's mystical power? Somehow you can hear Emma's thoughts in your head. What's going on with Mimi? Is it hungry? I'm getting pretty hungry myself. Oh, yes. I was just thinking I could go for a little bite to eat. Thanks for looking out for me, Mimi. What do you say? We make a little pit stop to refuel? That was delicious, wasn't it? Now then, Mimi. How about you show us where you want to go? Come on, let's follow it. Uh, it teaches you that you can change the tiny map in the top right to have it rotate in the direction you're facing, but I often just keep it stuck because it's easier to check the map, the mini-map. What's up, Mimi? What you doing in front of that elevator? You want to go up, don't you? I think we're close to finally unraveling the truth. We go first. See you up there. Okay, we're at the place we're gonna find Dancie. So Dancie is a fairy type, I think. Whatever you were sensing is around here, right, Mimi? There are so many mega crystals here too. Too many. It's not normal. Those are rock and ice type Pokemon. Carbink. And what's that other Pokemon? Maybe it's related to your Mega Stone somehow. The only way to find out where it's connected to your Mega Stone is to catch it. Okay, it took way too many tries. I guess at least 10 plus or more. Good job. I knew you couldn't handle it. Hey, can I see that Pokemon you just caught? It's so pretty. Its glimmer reminds me of Anistar Sundial. Yeah, there's a strange sundial in Anistar City, said to have something to do with megastones. This brings so many things to mind. In particular, I'm thinking about two people I've met since I've parted ways with Luker, namely AZ and Professor Seymour. The professor spoke with AZ as part of his research into mega evolution. Professor Seymour's theory was that mega evolution stones formed 3000 years ago. And when certain stones were irradiated by light, the energy of the legendary Pokemon that was fired from the ultimate weapon. AZ nodded when he heard that. According to him, that's why we've been finding new types of megastones recently. After all, the ultimate weapon was fired again 5 years ago. It's okay, Mimi. I'm here to keep Luminous safe, and she's here to help too. Make sure you take good care of this Pokemon, okay? Luminous needs people like you, people who can really bond with all sorts of Pokemon. I guess we head back to the Luca Bureau. Take care. I just remembered that AZ mentioned something else. He said during his long journey searching for Floette, he saw a phenomenon in Hoenn that may have been the beginning of all mega evolution. That's what got him always thinking about the bonds between people and Pokemon. Anyway, thanks for helping us out. I'll see you around. So Dancie is a rock and fairy type Pokemon. So we got the note for the next challenger match. Now we have enough for the next challengers match. Just check for a second which alpha Pokemon they spawn. Not always. You can also find the rose rate. Okay, the next opponent. Griselle. So she is from Team Flare. If I win this time, you have to come work at Nouveau Café as my lackey. Yellow Flame, Fire and Flying type. You can either evolve the Pokemon, but you can also find them in the wild. As normal as well as Alpha. Metagross, Metal type and Psychic. Aerodactyl, ground and rock type. You can get it from the old Ember fossil at the Stone Emporium. And then you can revive it in the Pokemon Lab. Camerupt, fire and ground type. You can find them in the wild or evolve them. Fire Roar. Fire type Pokemon. The male of Litio, the evolution. Because the female will look different. This is ridiculous. Me losing repeatedly? This just doesn't happen. Congratulations, you've now claimed victory in 2 reward matches. Iron bottles. You can get items. All the mega stones up to now. Some of these items you also get by doing the side missions. Okay, now we can go back to more nighttime battling. We got enough for the next match. So the next one is Lida. She's mostly, I think, water type trainer. Or at least her main partner is Staryu. Get ready to check out Mega Starmie's dance moves. Lawitzer, a water type, and dark or ground. I think dark, I don't know. Panelux, ice type Pokemon. Imoga, flying and electric type. Vaporeon, water type. Evolution of Eevee using a water stone. Staryu, psychic and water type. Congratulations, you have now claimed victory in 3 reward matches. Metal Coat is an item held by a Pokemon. If you give it, for example, to a Cynter or an Onix and you trade that Pokemon will evolve. Experience candies. Okay, we can go do another night of battling. I was first thinking of evolving Floette, but you need to use a Sunstone to evolve it into Florus, but we can also find it in the Wild Zone. This is a Floette that was with a white colored type flower. Let's see. Yeah. So we got enough points for the next challenge, reward match. So the next opponent is tarragon. You might be my finest scaffolding course, but let's see if your battling skills are up to enough. The Powder, ground type. This is the male version, the female version is grey. Stunfish, ground and electric. Diggersby, ground and normal type. Crocodile, Ground and dark type. Excadrill, ground type. And evolves also into a steel type. Alright, you got me. I tell you what, I fix up your hotel free of charge. Congratulations, you've now claimed victory in 4 reward matches. Here's your reward. Protein bottles. Experience candy. You can go back to So I did some link trading via link play and then link trade and then far away. Then you can fill in a certain code and the code you can just Google online. Just search Pokemon Legends ZA and you get trade codes, which means if you use that one, the other person is also looking for the same Pokemon. So we got Swirlix evolved. Then we have Aromatize added, Scizor, and Hunter I already had because in game you can get Zygarde via the side quest and also spawns in Wild Zone 20. Alakazam via trading because it sometimes spawns in Wild Zone 20. Machamp, the evolution of Machoke, and Slowbro when holding an King's Rocks. So for some of the Pokemon I got my own Pokemon back. That's why I nicknamed them Trade Back, and some of them the other person ended the trade right away, so I don't know. But anyway, I filled up more of the pokedex. A being that gives and a being that takes. Both actions are vital to maintaining balance, but in excess either could destroy it. My memories remain vague, indistinct, yet there is one thing I know. Long ago, I tried to give too much. But my good deeds saw no reward. I wallowed in despair and resentment, and I decided to take everything for myself instead. Then came Zygarde, a being that seeks to correct excess, to find moderation, to restore balance. I can only imagine that is why it would save me, the one who fired the ultimate weapon. Now I must ask something of you. Battle me so that I may see who you truly are as a trainer. So this is after this point, after we did most of the other main quest and we did at least one battle in the Z-A Infinite Royale. And then we go back to the Hotel Z. I once believed that victory was the only meaning to be found from battle. but I am certain that I will enjoy battling you. High Roar, a fire type Pokemon. There you have a wild zone where always an alpha spawns if you want one. Flowers, fairy type. Sableye, fairy type and ghost type. Gabador, ocean type. Noseworm, dragon type. Gyarados. Look at how we cooperate, human and Pokemon. Perhaps there is beauty to this world. Mega Gyarados. It turns into a dragon type. This is why we battle, to reach understanding. Trainer to trainer, trainer to Pokemon, and Pokemon to Pokemon. I suppose that is why AZ, like you, wished for the Z-A Royale to resume. 5 years ago, a group of children stood against me in defiance. If I tried to understand them, perhaps I would never have fired the ultimate weapon. Zygarde. How curious. I believe it meant to beckon you to the tower. That much is what I can intuit from my experience working with Zygarde. What it wants with you at that fateful place, I cannot say. Zygarde. Luckily, it's a sure catch. So, this legendary Pokemon has joined forces with the mightiest trainer in Luminous. The thought of you two combining your power gives me hope for the future of this city. You should have this, it will allow Zygarde to change his form. Zygarde Cube. An item in which Zygarde's cores and cells are gathered. You can also use it to change Zygarde's form. Here's a 10%, 15. You can also use a Zygarde Cube to freely. If the HP drops to half or less during battle, Zygarde will change into its complete form. In this form, all Zygarde cores and health gathered. Zygarde can Mega Evolve only when it's in complete form. When Zygarde used up its strength protecting Pokemon from the light of the ultimate weapon, its parts scattered to far off places, absorbing the power of those lands and seeking humans who give it aid. And now that I think of it, the moves that Zygarde used when it Mega Evolved, they remind me of Z moves, like those used in the Alola region. But perhaps I'm reading too much into it. Now it falls to me to ponder, what should I do with the 3000 years I must live? There is. To this day I yearn to create a more beautiful world, and I will yearn for it forever. I once thought that we could achieve the world by fulfilling the material needs of everyone. Now I know it's not so simple. An old prophet says it's good to feed the hungry, but better to teach them how to feed themselves. I focused solely on what I believed the world needed, yet I lost sight of how to make it so that people can truly flourish. Thanks to what you and your Pokemon have done together, I've learned my lesson well. It is outlandish dream far beyond my reach, but with 3000 years time, perhaps I can make it real. Much like AZ wandered far and wide across the world in search of Floette, I shall travel across vast reaches in search of ways to create the world I yearn for. When people manage to meet, it is a gift. Even living in the same time and place is no guarantee. The fact that we and so many others met and banded together to make Luminous a better place is something we should treasure. Bearing some great change, I doubt we will meet again, but I will carry these lessons with me. Au revoir, my young friend. Zygarde is dragon and ground type. So basically a Scarchomp. Alola Raichu is electric and psychic type. This is an Alpha Raichu. We called the Raichu in Wild Zone 20. What a spectacular victory, but don't go assuming we're done yet. The community to highlight Alolan Raichu and generate excitement has one last thing to offer. Let's trade your Raichu for my Alola. Don't have an... Can we choose? Oh, cool. I have... So, Pikachu evolves using a Thunderstone and it evolves into Raichu. Because I'm not gonna trade the Alpha Raichu. Trading Raichu is how we spread the joy of the Alolan regional form. You know, the Alola form is lovely of course, but just plain Raichus are pretty adorable too. So the Raichu is a female Raichu, that's why it doesn't have the pointy tail. Well then, I'm off on another journey. I'll travel over to Alola and befriend a bunch of Alola Raichu and spread their cuteness all over the world. That's what Charge is all about. So Sliggoo can only evolve during the day that the weather is raining. So Eevee, when the friendship level is high enough, can evolve either in the Umbreon, Espeon or Sylveon. Sylveon only if it knows an fairy type. Wanna switch to dark because I want. Nah, it's okay. So it doesn't know any fairy type, so it will evolve into Espeon. So Vaporeon is an Eevee evolved with Waterstone. This is an Eevee evolved with an Thunderstone, you get Jolteon. An Eevee evolved with an Firestone, you get Flareon. An Eevee evolved with a Leafstone, you get Leafeon. And Glaceon you get with an Eevee evolved using an Ice Stone. And Espeon during the daytime, and when it knows no fairy types. So at nighttime we can evolve Eevee when it has a high enough friendship. And to make sure you get an Umbreon, make sure it doesn't know any fairy type moves. Xavi. You again? Shocking considering what a rank X vibe you had back when we first met. Volbeat. Potion type. And bug type. Slowking. Psychic. Water. Evolution from a Slowbro holding a King's Rock and then trade the Pokemon. Rose Raid, Potion and Grass type. Alakazam, Psychic type. Ursfu, normal type. Congratulations, you've now claimed victory in 5 reward matches. Here's your reward. A big nugget. And experience candy. So Eevee, when it is friendly enough, so you can use the suit bell item, and when it knows a fairy type move, it will evolve into Sylveon. So Eevee will only evolve into Umbreon or Espeon if it doesn't know any fairy type moves. Thank you for watching. Wish you well. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me. See you in the next video.